Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, the weekly yoga Facebook show with Irena. And this is take 3. I just realized that the whole little yoga piece in between my last 2 videos was not recorded. So hopefully this one will be. Facebook must be sending me a message. So I wanted to show you because this is so delicious. This one, yoga belt, is a great tool to have for this. If you don't have a yoga belt, then you're going to want to use a long belt rope or something similar. And I definitely encourage you to invest in a yoga belt. It's a wonderful investment. Okay, you line up the belt so it's in your right hand and the little tail of the belt is facing the left. You're going to place the mound of the right big toe and the mound of the left pinky toe onto the belt. So you've got basically the ball of your foot on the tail of the belt. You're going to take the belt and wrap the leg. You're going to wrap from the pinky toe side towards inner ankle. You wrap around your inner shin. This gets very interesting. Skip your knee. Don't wrap your knee, but you're just below it and then just above it. And the little, what do I want to call this, spiral that you're making up your leg is getting wider. It's more narrow down towards the foot. Well, I'm making a very interesting mess of this. And as you come up the leg, try to bring the belt so that it comes to wrap around the widest part on the inner thigh, nice and high. Okay, now once you get the belt to this point and the feet are beneath the hips, you're going to take the belt and just hold it with that right hand. And I even like to wrap my hand around the belt if you have enough space for that. Bend the knees an inch and then lift and spread the toes. So you create healthy boundaries. The shins are hugging in, they're toning. Now as the shins tone, you're going to very slowly use that right hand to draw the legs back. You draw inner thighs back, stretching the legs a little straighter. From here, bring the right hand to the side and you widen right hand and inner right thigh to the right. Lengthen the tailbone towards the floor, toning the belly, and relax the toes. And feel. So even though that right leg is rotating in, I don't become knock-kneed because I've set up healthy boundaries. I'm toning my muscles. That means my toes have spread, my outer right shin is hugging into the midline, even as I'm rotating my thigh in, back, and wide. I've made space that I can really lengthen the tailbone. And the interesting thing about this here in mountain pose is that with the help of the belt, I really feel my thigh settle back into the hip socket. I feel a calmness wash over my body. So instead of getting stuck in my headspace and thinking about to-dos and worries and lists, it's very soothing. Take one more breath, noticing how the front of the thigh softens even, and then release. And you're going to just let the belt kind of wander down your leg. Now from here, it's interesting to go into a forward bend. So with the feet hip distance wide, hands to the hips, you're going to lift up through the chest, the shoulders draw back, and then on the exhale, hinging at the hips, come forward and just feel. Now if you haven't done a forward bend or yoga practice yet today, be gentle with yourself here and bend the knees. But even still notice where the thighs are in relation to their belly. And if one thigh bone feels a little settled. And then on the inhale, hands to the hips, draw the shoulder blades out of the back and come all the way up. So as yogis, the way we make progress on our path, it's not necessarily just foot behind the head or fingers to the floor. It's that ability to pause, to reflect on the experience of the pose, and then with that knowledge, make really informed decisions. And that is how we really progress and progress quickly. So we do left foot. My tail is pointing to the right. I'm standing with the ball of the left foot on the belt, specifically the mound of the big toe and mound of the pinky toe. I wrap from the pinky toe side of the foot towards the inner heel, and I'm working my belt up the leg. right? I'm just wrapping around. I skip the knee. Don't wrap your knee. The spiral is a little bit tighter on the lower leg, and it broadens and gets wider as I come towards the top. Making lots of noise. I wrap the belt so it comes around the top part of the inner thigh, the widest part. And I pause. I breathe. So allow yourself to arrive in a pose. And then I soften even more, bending the knees. Then lift and spread the toes. We're going to engage. And as you hug your shins in, use that left hand to gently rotate the thighs in and back, right, to help you. And then left hand comes to the left, and you widen left inner thigh off to the side. You should feel the hips have become really spacious. So relax the toes and then lengthen your tailbone, tone the lower belly, and move essentially into the space that you've made. And the whole body should begin to calm. Right? So if you're feeling like the white rabbit, you're running late, and you're after one adventure to another, next appointment, breathe, right? Feel that wave of peacefulness wash over you. And then on the exhale, release. So you release the belt to the floor and just stand in mountain. And again, notice the soles of your feet. Do they feel a little more broad on the floor? Do the thighs feel a little more settled back? The hips more spacious, as if the lower back had breathing room. And then one more time, inhale, sweep the arms high to the sky. And on the exhale, hinging at the hips, bow forward, forward bend, and again, feel, right? Feel the difference now that both legs have had the opportunity to experience the belt. On the next inhale, hands come to hips, shoulder blades on back, lift side of the neck to come up. And that's it. Really quite simple. Often, the most profound yoga poses are the ones that are very succinct, very simple to the point, because deep beneath that simplistic surface is great depth of learning potential. So thank you so much for bearing with me in these wild and crazy Facebook shows that keep getting cut off. Remember, check out my Yoga with Irena Facebook group where we dive deeper into the conversation all about this type of work, the exploration of yoga. I'll leave the link in the comments, and have an amazing day. Lots of love. Catch you on the flip side.